Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 2025 Elite League Playoffs. We have an amazing match for you today. I'm Elves, and I'm joined by Brad. Hi, Brad.
How's it going, Elves and everybody? We are excited to be here for this matchup. We're actually going to go to the bracket here to show you the match that we have today, along with the matches that we have remaining. So we have today Skullj0ke versus xdhaqwen, the winner of which will play Sanic Studios. And we'll go ahead and reveal this to you now. We'll do a reminder at the end of the stream, but this stream is the second to last of the CSC season. Or CSE year, rather. So the next stream will be the final, the grand final stream, the one to determine it all. It's still TBD, but that stream will be the final stream of the year, so make sure you don't miss it.
Yep, so this match right here, Skullj0ke versus xdhaqwen. This is an elimination match because this is in loser's round, so one of these players is going to get eliminated. Winner faces Sanic, and then our final stream is going to be losers round 3 and losers round 4, and then followed by the grand final. You don't want to miss that one. But for now, let's get into this current match. Skullj0ke versus xdhaqwen. What do you think about this, Brad?
Ooh, this is, I don't know. It really feels like a true toss-up because both players have been absolutely excellent this entire season. Of course, they are in the lower bracket. Just look at the opponents that they've faced. I mean, it's been a tough road for anybody in playoffs, but I really can't give the edge to one or another. On the one hand, you have Skullj0ke, who's been a long-time player, who's just been getting better and better with time, and then you have xdhaqwen, who, while young, has improved so dramatically over the past year or so that they're pretty much neck and neck in skill. And we do have our bands, Elves, if you want to reveal that to everybody.
Yeah, our bans today are going to be Skullj0ke bans first. They're going to ban Sacraments of Dissension Medley at 125. And xdhaqwen is going to ban Destroy, 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 the Happy End. You will not see those picks in match today. Definitely very smart bans from each player, if I have to say.
Yeah. I think it makes a lot of sense for both of them, and it does leave Spicy Fried Sick on the table. Both of them currently having the 2 highest scores in tournament, though it heavily right now favors xdhaqwen. I would not be surprised if we see that song picked in this match.
Yeah, definitely. And if you look at the stats leaderboards, there are songs in particular that both players are very strong on. Like, xdhaqwen has the second highest score on Stutter Step and has the highest score of Spicy Fried Stick, like you said, and the second highest score of Allegro, which we have not seen from Skullj0ke yet. And Skullj0ke has the third highest score on Ghost and the second highest score of Heatwave. And taking a look here, and the third highest score of Fly the Hatchling. So both these players have put up some amazing scores, so this is going to be really close.
Yeah, it's one of those things where any given day you just never know what's going to happen. And normally, we as casters in the booth, we try not to direct our attention too much to chat, but since there's a little bit of a break, we have somebody here in chat who likes to pick Allegro 140. Elves and myself have experienced it firsthand. Jocelyn, hello, welcome to chat. And we do have our pick. We're going into Heatwave.
Oh, Heatwave. Very, very interesting one. xdhaqwen has not played this in match yet, and Skullj0ke has the second highest score at an 842, 916. So I know xdhaqwen is very, very fret strong as well. So I think this could be a really close one to start out with.
I do think this is a bit of a riskier pick. I mean, if we look here at seeding, Skullj0ke being the first ban does get first pick because they did not defer. And yeah, I think that this song favors both of them. I'm guessing that Skullj0ke just feels very strongly that she's gonna be able to perform very well on this, but xdhaqwen is definitely someone to watch out for when it comes to these heavy fret picks.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a big challenge for Skullj0ke to match up, but they do have the second highest score. So we'll see what xdhaqwen could do because we have not seen a score from xdhaqwen yet.
Yeah, right now, pretty evenly matched. Neither player has dropped. No caster curse to start off. That's great. And, you know, this is a, well, we get a miss there, but
You get
no drops under SP at least.
Yeah, first solo coming to an end. Oh, phrase drop from Heatwave. We have a -1 and a -2 on the table right now.
Yeah, that phrase drop is definitely not something that you want. It is early in the song, so it's not, you don't want to say that big a deal, but definitely room to make up.
Yeah, it looks like Skullj0ke acted a little earlier than the start of the solo. It looks like that phrase drop from Heatwave is not gonna hurt them too much. There wasn't too many notes on their star power for Skullj0ke there.
One thing you'll notice with a lot of these heavy fret songs is the BPM is a little bit faster, so you get a decent bit of note density there, but there's not really a lot of chords typically in these songs, so even with a little bit of SP miss, that's not typically what's going to cost you the song. It's where if you constantly keep dropping SP phrases or drop combos in those dense areas, that's what's going to get you.
Definitely, we have equal star power right now. We're gonna see where both players activate. We have a 8K lead for Skullj0ke and a phrase drop. This is Heatwave's chance to come back.
Yeah, and this would be a perfect opportunity for Heatwave. This is not going to help, but with the extra SP being, you know, at that point they were within 3K, even with the miss. They dropped an SP phrase, so Skullj0ke will still remain in the lead.
Yeah, Skullj0ke now with a 10K lead and with an extra phrase. Heatwave needs to lock in, or Skullj0ke could run away with this one.
Yeah, we don't really have the true lead at the moment, just because Skullj0ke does have a half bar more of SP, but I suspect after the activation, assuming no misses, Skullj0ke would maintain that lead unless we see an SP phrase drop or, you know, a lot of drops in a dense area.
Definitely a little break in the song. I'm sure we'll get right back to just insane note dense. The activation's definitely coming.
Yep, letting the chart kind of speak for itself at the moment. Here we go. Now we get some fast stuff. This is what you expect to see in Elite League right here.
Oh, drop from Skullj0ke. Oh, and Heatwave just slams that solo. That was nothing to Heatwave.
Yeah, absolutely incredible performance there from Heatwave, but because Skullj0ke had that little extra SP, that extra half bar, Heatwave still was not able to take the lead. Though that miss, still not quite enough, but one or two more of those, Heatwave will take the lead.
Yeah, it is down to a 4K lead. Now a 3K lead because of that solo bonus. The lead of Skullj0ke is just ebbing away slowly and slowly.
Yeah, it looks like the story of this song right now is consistency. Heatwave has just displayed a little bit more, both on the same SP. One miss could do it. Now we get a difference in activations too. We'll have to see how that ends up playing out.
Oh, interesting activation from Heatwave.
Elves, I don't know. I don't know about that one. There doesn't seem to be much song left. There may be one more phrase. If there is, then I don't know if that's going to be enough there for Heatwave. It looks like there is one more. Oh, and with that miss, and Skullj0ke is going to get the activation off here. The lead does swing, and getting all of these trills underneath SP. That's going to do it, folks.
Yeah, I think Heatwave activating off path there is what won Skullj0ke the song. For sure. That's going to do it.
Yeah, looking at the note streaks, it's possible Heatwave could have held on to win it had they not dropped the SP because they did miss less notes, but we could talk about hypotheticals all day, but the story here is that Skullj0ke does indeed win it, ends up paying off for them as a pick. It was getting a little close there. Heatwave did actually take the lead for a little bit, but in the end, what matters is the score that you see at the end of the song, and Skullj0ke does take it 1-0.
Yeah, that was definitely a case of being outpathed. Skullj0ke definitely did their homework on that one. Maybe Heatwave did too, but always a phrase drop here or there can always mess up your pathing knowledge a little bit. So we're gonna have to see where Heatwave goes. I'm expecting either Spicy Fried Sick or Allegro 140.
Yeah, I think you're right on the money. Either one of those would be right to just kind of go for the throw. Oh, Fallen Symphony. And you know what? We were talking about this earlier with this being on the table. Heatwave has right now a score of over 200k higher on this song than Skullj0ke. It's an easy pick here, I think, for Haquen, even if Skullj0ke is put in the practice. If you're Haquen, you're thinking, I've probably still got this. We'll just have to see how it plays out. I do think it's a smart pick here.
Yeah, definitely. Skullj0ke is gonna have to improve a little bit since their last match, getting a 1,044,000, and Haquen's got over a 1.28 million or something like that. So this could be a tough one for Skullj0ke, but if they've improved a lot, then this could get close.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. It's alluding to what you had mentioned earlier about SP, we think, as those of us who have participated in tournaments, that it's easy to get SP memorized and get it burned into our brain. But when it comes to in tournament, if you happen to miss a phrase you're not expecting to miss, or if you're just so focused on the match and not missing, it's very easy to actually mess up an activation. So that's very well what could have happened with Haquen earlier. But now we're on to the next song. Both have the opportunity to focus up, and either one of them could take it.
Yeah, this song, personally, I think is the perfect combination of tech and power. You just have like these chorded sections like this that Skullj0ke is nailing right now with that miss.
This song
I shouldn't have said anything. But that is a really tough section.
Yeah, it's fine. It's one of those things where we as casters, we predict misses all the time. You never want to be in that position, but it's always going to happen.
Oh my god, the lead is so close right now.
Very strong. Yeah, very strong performance there, really, from both players. And yeah, right now Skullj0ke holding a little bit stronger here, which is a little bit surprising because stuff like this does tend to favor Haquen a little bit more. But there's still plenty of songs left. Skullj0ke, if they can keep this up, could take this one.
Yeah, definitely. A couple extra drops from Haquen, just extending that lead a little bit more and more. But this song has got it all. It's got tapping power, it's got tech strumming, burst strumming, you name it, it's in here.
Something that some of you may not know, recently Skullj0ke found out that the polling rate on their guitar was around 150. And they'd been playing with that for who knows how long. So recently they did up it, and we could be seeing that difference play out here.
Really? A poll rate of 150?
Yes.
Oh my god. Alright, Haquen is faring a little better on this section, taking a lead. Oh my god, Haquen just hit those castles. What the heck?
Absolutely disgusting play, and Haquen!
Oh my god, Haquen!
And just like that, folks, just like that, we're seeing almost a 100k lead in favor of Haquen. This is why Haquen picked this song. They're just an absolute beast at it. Skullj0ke is still doing better than most people would on a song like this. But right now, Haquen is just showing why they're an elite league and why they picked this song.
Yeah, definitely. That one section under SP, just like globs of tap notes, just got that lead up to 90k.
Yeah, absolutely insane work there. Looks like simultaneous activations from both here. And really, what Skullj0ke needs to have happen is Haquen just to absolutely fall apart and multiple areas of this song, and Skullj0ke wants to come back to this.
Yeah, definitely. We have a little bit of a strum break. It's weird seeing all these notes and thinking it's a break, but in a song like this, you take what you can get.
Yeah, absolutely. And what Skullj0ke does need here, going further into that, it's not just a few misses from Haquen here and there, not just an SP drop here and there, no. Skullj0ke needs Haquen to catastrophically fall apart. When you're talking almost 100k difference in score, there's got to be like either a really horribly botched activation or two, or some hardware failure or something of the sort.
This is considered one of the harder sections of the song, and both players are doing really well in it. I think Haquen only had 1 or 2 drops in there, and Skullj0ke had a little bit more.
I believe you are correct, Elves. It does look like Haquen was actually the better player in that section, having not narrow, but extended the lead a little closer to that 100k mark. Like it's narrowed it to 100k.
Yeah, we're not Haquen reaching 800,000. Skullj0ke is on the lower end of 700,000, so it's going to take a lot for Skullj0ke to come back.
We are halfway through the song, but again, it's a real tough thing to call as a caster, because you're looking at this and you're thinking, and the player's got to be thinking too, how do I come back in this? Unless they can't see, unless Skullj0ke can't see what Heatwave is doing currently, but you got to think to yourself, what can I possibly do to get back in this? Or, in some cases, you may want to think, all right, this song's probably a loss, let's think about the next song.
A couple of big drops from Heatwave there. That dropped the leads at just over 50K.
Yeah, those are the type of misses right there that Skullj0ke needs. Though Skullj0ke might be thinking about the next song, as a competitor, you never want to see yourself out. There's an SP drop.
Oh.
Hold on, folks. Hold on a second.
Hold on.
They've been thinking a little negative a little too early. That is my fault. When you see a 100K lead, you start to think about the thing.
Praise drop from Skullj0ke. They're down equal SP. Taking us a 40K lead right now.
Even with that praise drop, Skullj0ke at this point. Oh, hold on.
Oh,
folks.
that's a big praise drop.
Hold on, folks. Could this happen? I mean, we do get an activation from Heatwave, but let's hold on now. This would be a ridiculous lead change should this happen.
Big praise drop for Skullj0ke. There's only 2 phrases left in the song, I believe. Or maybe there's 3 phrases left, and that's why Heatwave's activating. Yeah, no, there's 2 more phrases after this, at least.
Not over yet. If Heatwave misses this phrase up here, perhaps they do get it, so they will get an activation along with Skullj0ke.
There's 1 more phrase. I lied. Although, this last section, Heatwave's gonna get under SP, and Skullj0ke won't. So this is gonna close it out right here. And there you have it.
You gotta give it to Skullj0ke. What ended up being the difference, Elves, is that dense section where Heatwave jumped up by almost 100K points. If Skullj0ke had matched that performance or Heatwave had not done well there, Skullj0ke could have potentially taken this.
No, yeah. That was over a 200,000 point PB in match for Skullj0ke. Yeah, it still wasn't enough, because Heatwave also PB'd in match by, I believe, 30K.
That puts Heatwave as the second highest scorer on Fallen Symphony. So really, Skullj0ke can't be too mad. When you've got somebody who puts up the second highest score behind Jeff, I mean, come on. That's a crazy performance. And again, it's one of those things where at this level, you still see people competing at their absolute best. Even if the match seems like it's out of hand, you really have no way of knowing which way it's going to go. And while Skullj0ke did narrow it, ultimately, Heatwave does take it 1-1, and we're going into the KKona solo medley.
Yeah, KKona solo medley, I believe, is also a very risky pick. The difference in score on these players on this song is less than 300 points. We have Skullj0ke 965, 528 to Heatwave 965, 234. That is 294 points.
Wow.
Wait,
yeah.
No, that's the wrong math. Don't mind me. 296 points.
You're basically talking 2 notes under a 4x multiplier, or a chord under a
No.
multiplier, something of the sort.
I mean, yeah, definitely not a miss. Way less than a miss.
Yeah.
So,
It's essentially one miss between the two when we're talking score on their PBs. So yeah, it is a really risky pick here. It's really interesting that they went that route. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, both players holding strong, getting into the solo.
Get our
First drop from Heatwave. And this solo lasts the entire rest of the song, so notes missed is going to play a big factor because of that solo bonus.
Yeah, we don't really... I can't recall off the top of my head. Maybe somebody in chat, maybe else, if we've ever had a match where the solo bonus itself toward the end of the song actually did swing it, where somebody had the lead leaving it, but then the solo bonus stole it.
It happened recently. I don't know if it's a CSC tournament or if it was Moose Pickles or something, but that did happen where, no, it might have been CSC. If someone in chat can help me out. I know it happened recently, like very, very recent.
Not again. Interesting. Okay, yeah, so it does happen. It's not very often, but it does happen, and Haquin does not want that to happen in this case.
Oh, no.
It doesn't happen to come back, but the story that we're seeing right now is Skullj0ke is holding very strong. Haquin activating, trying to make up some ground, but Skullj0ke is still holding the lead.
Yeah, Skullj0ke looking really, really strong right now. Still going.
I know there's some tricky stuff that's coming up later, but with the way that they're performing, I mean, that SP phrase went on for a long time, and we don't have a true lead just because Haquin did have a little bit more SP, but even with that activation, even getting this overlap here, it doesn't seem like it's going to be enough at the moment.
Yeah, definitely a better activation for Skullj0ke here. Going on a 1,400 note streak. We're about 60% of the way through the song. Just insane performance from Skullj0ke right now.
Yeah, as we allude to many times, if your opponent isn't missing, what do you do, right? You can have the most optimal activations out there, unless, it's the Randy activation and Invitational 1 in the finals. In most cases, if your opponent's not missing, there's not much that you can do.
I was not around to see that, but I'm assuming that was an astronomically bad activation.
We don't want to take away too much from the match here, but it's something that I would highly recommend checking out after the match has been played. It was something else. But the story that we're seeing right now, I know I've said that a few times, but we do get a first kill there from Skullj0ke. But what a performance on the song, and they're keeping a nice, healthy 50k lead.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much Haquin can do right now. I mean, Skullj0ke's on like a -1 or something like that, and on path. There's just not much for Haquin to do other than miss here and there, and it's just extends that lead a little more and a little more.
Really, when you talk about comebacks, what you want to see from your opponent, if your opponent happens to be the one up by 50k, you need to see them drop SP phrases. You need to see them missing when they do happen to activate, and you yourself have to keep a combo where it matters most, and we're not seeing those things happen on Haquin's side.
Yep. Skullj0ke is still going. Like,
what is it, one miss so far? That's it?
Something like that.
It
was an Overstrom. It was an Overstrom.
And
my god.
That is the highest score in tournament. That surpasses Jeff. 100% Overstrom. Surpasses Jeff by 4k. Incredible performance there by Skullj0ke.
Like, you just can't compete with that. A 100% Overstrom on KKona Medley 130. Like, if there's someone else out there that can do that, that's not Jeff.
Yeah,
It's Skullj0ke.
I know we really didn't talk. We alluded to some of the stuff that Haquin was doing, trying to keep up. But the performance that Skullj0ke put on, there just wasn't anything Haquin could have done. This was a Skullj0ke song to lose, and they didn't let it happen. We got a 2-1 match on our hands. We're going to see if Haquin can, bat back here. Try to see if they can even up the score. Elves, where do you think, with what we've just seen, where do you think we're going to go? Do you think Allegro? Possibly.
Surely it's either Allegro 140 or Spicy Fried Sick. Surely.
Yeah.
Although Stutter Step would be funny. I would love to see Stutter Step.
I don't know who I would favor in that. I mean, Skullj0ke's skill set is just so diverse that really they could do well in just about anything.
Yeah. I only say Stutter Step because we have not seen a performance on Stutter Step from Skullj0ke yet, and Haquin has the second highest score at the moment at 549.
Well,
but
we are going Spicy Fried Sick.
There we go.
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh boy indeed. And this is not a surprising pick from Haquin because he currently has the top score by over Not over 100K, but almost 100K. It's like 99.5K.
And the second place score happens to be Skullj0ke.
Yep. However, on Fallen Symphony, we saw a 200,000 point improvement from Skullj0ke. So, you never know.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. If Skullj0ke has put in the time, the work, the effort, what have you, that score that we saw, that's not going to matter. What matters is what they put up right now.
And this song is just full of trills. Most of the time, it is with a strum note at the beginning into a lot of popo trills, so the players have to work on their teleporting or elbow strumming.
Yeah, this is something that xdhaqwen does excel at. I almost said excel at very well. That excel implies that. But yeah, this is the type of song that you would expect xdhaqwen to do extraordinarily well on.
Although we do see a drop from xdhaqwen and an activation from Skullj0ke.
This they're under SP, but may not matter too much. xdhaqwen's waiting for now. Let's see how much of an impact
man.
this has.
Interesting.
Man, this chart is really like Turkey Solo 3 on steroids.
No,
I mean...
yeah. This is Turkey Solo 3, but you just keep going.
Yep. Yeah. Again, it's such a super close score at the moment, though Skullj0ke does have the SP advantage. We'll see where they activate.
Yeah, only 5K lead for xdhaqwen right now. Surely the activation is on another large set of trills.
Yeah, there's got to be something that Skullj0ke is waiting for. xdhaqwen, I believe, was off path. Yep, there it is. That was right on the money.
Oh, yeah. And a couple drops from Skullj0ke. Another couple of drops. xdhaqwen gets through it. Ladders. More ladders. Oh my god, xdhaqwen.
And just like that, almost a 30K difference.
Same thing with Fallen Symphony. It's like these big tapping sections that xdhaqwen is just nailing under star power, and a couple of drops from Skullj0ke, and that's all it takes.
Yeah, it's interesting because songs like this aren't inherently one-section songs because you have so much other stuff out there, but you could almost consider stuff like that one-section songs because their skills are so evenly matched across the rest of the songs that one section really can make the difference.
Here we go. Some more trills. Drop from xdhaqwen.
And it looks like both of them performed about the same through there, so no ground gained by Skullj0ke.
Yep, a couple extra drops from xdhaqwen, but still the lead is almost 30K.
Ever since that big activation that xdhaqwen had earlier, it's been about a 30K difference. So it looks like Skullj0ke has gained a little bit of ground. We'll come up to the end of the song here. xdhaqwen opting to activate here. I don't think there's going to be enough. Yeah, I don't think there's enough else.
Yeah.
I believe xdhaqwen will take this.
And once again, both of these players beat their own tournament PBs. xdhaqwen by about 10K and Skullj0ke by almost 40K. Just wasn't enough. xdhaqwen just putting up the top scores.
Yeah, evening up 2-2. I think it was, again, another very smart pick. There's still stuff on the table, I think, for both of them. There's still paths to victory for both. I really just don't know where we're going to see Skullj0ke go next here.
Yeah, definitely. Score is currently 2-2. I think we might see either Ghost or maybe Flight of the Hatchling or Awakening.
Stutter Step is still on the table. I mean, that's
Stutter Steps
something
can't happen.
wouldn't surprise me too much. It's just there's Ghost. You were correct on your first guess.
Ah, I don't get that right very often, so I'll take it. Here we go.
The caster magic. It's here.
Ghost
Now,
2020 Halloween plus VIP.
all you need, elves, is to have somebody on an FC toward about 80% in and just say they're on an FC and have them miss, and you're there. You've officially made it.
Here we go. This is fun. Very, very fun song. Super tech strummy. Just, oh man.
Fun is a subjective term.
No,
It's
no, no.
this is one of those things where some people find this particular thing to be fun, others may not. This song, either way, whether you find it fun or not, is extremely hard, and I suspect we're going to see a strong performance from both players here on it.
Yeah, no, this song being at 120% speed instead of normal speed ramps up the difficulty a ton. It is a lot more manageable at normal speed for players like me. I cannot do this at 120, but it's a lot more manageable at 120. Here we go. Fast strums.
Get our first miss there from Skullj0ke, but it was just under a little bit of single note strumming, so not too terrible of a miss.
Perfect activations from both. Here we go with our all strum stuff.
Absolutely incredible from both players here. We do get a miss there from Xdhaqwen. They miss a phrase. That's going to hurt.
Super, super fast all strums with fretting.
So awkward there. Absolutely monstrous section through here.
Yeah, both players didn't do too bad on it. Now we have some nice little tap quads in our strum pick.
Looks like after that activation, we've got about 15k lead here for Skullj0ke.
Yeah, we are barely halfway through, so there's still plenty of song to go. Both players need to stay focused. Couple of drops and swing it.
Yeah, this is at the point in the match where not only do you need to make sure to control your nerves and your focus for the song, but you still know that you have at least, after this song, 2 more that you have to play and perform well on. So you just got to keep that focus and that mentality up.
Big phrase drop from Skullj0ke.
Yeah, that's not
gonna do.
That's not going to help trying to keep the lead. But, oh yeah, if there's going to be an activation under some chords, that is going to be, oh, that's going to be detrimental. Oh.
Oh man. It's like 4K.
Yeah, that was absolutely not a great phrase drop there from Skullj0ke, but they still have the lead. That's what's important. Gotta maintain focus, understand that you still have the lead, and just hold on to it.
Big phrase drop for Heatwave. Skullj0ke nailed that trill section with the teleport to the chords.
What we've seen a lot in this match are one section where somebody performed way better than their opponent, and that could have potentially been the difference. Look at that. Look at that there from Skullj0ke.
Crazy work. Just, that's so fast.
This activation here is going to be crucial. I don't think there's enough here, Elves. I think. Wait a minute.
There is another activation.
Yep. And Skullj0ke is opting to hold here. Heatwave's already burned their SP. I think Skullj0ke's going to take it.
Yep, there we have it. Oh man. What a wild ride of a song.
Looking back at the scores here, that was a very impressive performance there. Skullj0ke netted themselves third. They were still third, but they further improved their score. Heatwave did not quite match their PB, but got pretty close. But the story here is that Skullj0ke just happened to be the better player today. And what we're seeing now is a 3-2 match in favor of Skullj0ke. We got to consider now possible tiebreak scenarios because we're getting into that realm.
Yeah, definitely. And -8 +7 from Skullj0ke there was absolutely crazy. Right now, we have had 2 fret picks and 1 strum pick So players might be factoring in tiebreaker. However, I think it might be a little early to consider that. You want to still put your strong picks on the table. And Hakewood is doing that with Allegro Maestoso at 140.
Yeah, not surprising to see it here. It's one of those things where at this point in the match, you got to be a little careful because, yeah, you're absolutely right. You want to pick your strong picks, but you don't necessarily want to box yourself out of a tiebreaker that you might perform very strongly on. I think that's probably something that's been in consideration. But yeah, really after this song, that's really going to tell which path that we're going to go here. Because if Hakewood does take this, we're looking at a 3-3. Still plenty of areas that we can go as far as the match is concerned. And we haven't even seen a tiebreak yet in Elite League. Not a single
No,
one.
we haven't. So with this, it would be 3 fret picks and 1 strum pick. So it is hard leaning towards the strum tiebreaker right now.
This song is mean. At this speed, it is just mean. Chat, you hear me?
Yeah.
It's mean.
This song is mean. You should not pick this when playing online. Like, I don't know who would possibly pick this online, but whoever that person is, big phrase drop from Hakewood. Not gonna have an activation here.
This is one of those songs where it just kind of speaks for you. I know we may have some listeners here that are just listening in and may not be able to see the visual carnage, but just imagine just sweeps on sweeps on sweeps on sweeps. It is just non-ending, very, very fast-paced, pretty much throughout the entire song. A little bit of a break here, if you want to call it a break. I mean, it's just absolutely brutal.
Oh my god. Another big phrase drop from Hakewood. Skullj0ke's gonna act and extend the lead just a little bit.
Oh, this would be a huge steal, because if we recall, Hakewood against Jarvis, excuse me, Hakewood against Jarvis, Hakewood was just, I think, had 1 miss the entire time. So to see these misses here is a little uncharacteristic.
I feel like that was an overlap that Hakewood probably wanted.
We're going to get a little bit of a solo bonus. Let's see how much of a difference. A little bit in favor of Hakewood. But yeah, this would be an absolutely gigantic steal if Skullj0ke can take the win here. Oh, this is a big
Here we
act.
go.
This is a big act.
Hakewood takes the lead.
Oh, they
Oh
get an
my
overlap.
God.
Oh my, huge activation there.
And Hakewood's in the lead. True lead
Yep.
of 8K.
We're coming up
Oh
here.
my God.
Close to the end. Is Hakewood gonna hold?
Oh my god. Here we go. Final activation.
With the solo bonus in hand, is Hakewood gonna take it? Yes.
Hakewood takes it. Oh my god, what a comeback from Hakewood. Skullj0ke was up by over 30K at one point.
And, you know, if we look at the scores, this is not too far off from what Hakewood had done before. The misses that they had, again, were slightly uncharacteristic, but they clutched it up in the second half, exactly where they needed to. We now have a 3-3 match on our hand. And may I remind you, folks, we have not seen a tiebreaker in Elite League yet. This is this is just about the best chance that we have that we could see it.
Yeah, definitely. And there's not really too many songs for Skullj0ke left. I think we might see, oh man, Kick Back, Total Destroy, maybe. There isn't a single score from either player on Total Destroy yet.
I think Kickback might be the play. Yep, that's it. That is exactly where
That
we're
is the
going.
play.
Yeah, that I think of everything left on the table, this was the smartest pick from Skullj0ke. This is really their best chance to get to that 4-point to guarantee at minimum a tiebreaker. At minimum.
Yeah, definitely. And this is also very interesting for tiebreaker implications as well, because if Skullj0ke does win this, Hakewood can pick a strum pick to force hybrid tiebreaker, or can go with a hybrid to force strum tiebreaker.
Yeah, truly, the tiebreaker scenario is in the hand of whoever wins this. And looks like we're possibly getting a restart here, and it looks like that is what's going to happen.
Yep.
As a reminder, folks, you do get 1 restart per match. And that is where we're going to get that from Skullj0ke. To further clarify, it's 1 restart per player. So Skullj0ke
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
just take all the restarts from everybody.
My restart.
You don't get one as mine. While we
All
get
right.
set back up here, want to thank everybody for stopping in and watching not just this match, but all the matches that we have displayed. I know the schedule has been a little scattershot, it hasn't been super consistent, but we wanted to make sure that we gave every player an ample opportunity to get their matches here on stream, because these are the most intense matches that you're realistically going to see outside of maybe like an open grand final of some kind. But each one of these matches has been incredibly tight. Even if the score differential at the end, the point differential will happen to be like a 5-1 or something, in most cases, the scores have been very close in just about every match. It's been just incredible.
Yeah, definitely. This is the best of the best of the best. Quote from Men in Black, obviously. Uh, Here we go. Kickback Part 2. Oh, drop under
Not
SP
a
from KKona.
Yeah, that is not exactly a great miss. And
Oh man.
that is a phrase miss. It looks like they did get a tiny bit of whammy, and then they just flat out dropped it. Looks like Skullj0ke will get an activation here that Hakewin will not. Or there may be a phrase coming up before the activation. Looks like Hakewin
Nope.
did opt to wait there.
Yeah, but there's a lot of triple chords that Skullj0ke got on their SP because they got attacked a little earlier. So we have about a 20k lead right now for Skullj0ke.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. This song in particular, because of how short it is and with how many chords are in here, a drop is significant. One drop, even if it's not under SP, like right there, you're dropping like 6k points. Not exactly 6k, because there's some overnames, but in general, you're dropping quite a few points that you wouldn't normally see under just a song that doesn't have so many chords.
Yeah. Skullj0ke, we're at 60% of the way through the song, and Skullj0ke is still going. Just a couple of drops here and there from Hakewin, but there's not really much you can do when your opponent's FC.
Yeah, again, this song being so short, this sort of point discrepancy is actually pretty significant. It would take an absolutely monstrous SP phrase drop or multiple for Hakewin to climb back into the song.
Hakewin's got a lot of star power here.
And when you have that much SP, when you're dropping notes like that, it's not really going to help too much. I think at this point, yeah, with that activation cleared, even if Skullj0ke were to miss right now, I don't think it's going to matter. Skullj0ke is going to take this song, folks. It looks like we're going to have a 4-3 in favor of Skullj0ke going into the next song here.
And an FC. Oh my god. That is the first FC of Kickback in match. Skullj0ke just showing up on their picks. Not much Hakewin can do, especially on FC on path. Definitely going to be the top scorer. Actually, no. I'm wrong. It's not the top scorer. It is just barely not the top scorer by like 400 points. But it's still basically one of the top scorers. There's not much Hakewin could do there.
Yeah. Chart selection committee, we allowed another FC to slip through the cracks. We're gonna have to ramp up the. I'm just kidding. It's incredible when we do see an FC of any one of these songs. And now Hakewin's got a tough decision because the song is going to decide which way the tiebreaker is going to go. Obviously, Hakewin has to win the song, but assuming the win does happen, they need to make sure that the tiebreaker that they go with is one that they're comfortable with. So we may, see a little bit of a pause here while Hakewin thinks it through. This really is, I think, the best opportunity we've had to see a tiebreaker. It's pretty incredible. We're one Stutter step.
Stutter step, let's go. Oh my god. So if Hakewin wins this, we are going to same story, the hybrid tiebreaker. But Hakewin does have to win this song. Hakewin does have the second highest score on Stutter Step, but we have not seen a performance from Skullj0ke yet, so we're going to see how Skullj0ke fares here.
After what we just saw with Kickback, there's a lot of interesting chord changes here. I don't know. I don't know about this. I
Yeah,
feel I'm a little on edge here because I would love to see a tiebreaker. I think that this match, of any match that we've seen being so close with skill sets so close, would it really be deserving of a tiebreaker. But I don't know. I don't know.
yeah. Maybe this it may not be Haquin's next best pick, but they are probably thinking about not going to Strum tiebreaker, and that's the reason they picked Stutter Step.
Yeah,
Or Stutter Step is their best pick.
we'll just have to see. We did get a miss there from Hakeman, but it is still early in the song. There's so much chord BS all over the place here. I use BS in the most respectable way possible. I know that this is an incredible custom. You know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. That's a very interesting activation for Haquin. That I don't believe is what you want, especially with all these chords.
Yeah, I don't. Elves, I'm with you there. I don't understand that. And look at this. Skullj0ke still on an FC.
Wow, nice, nice, Brad.
With that start there, we're on a true lead. A true lead of 40K. Skullj0ke is just absolutely flying through this at the rate that we're going here with Skullj0ke. I don't know if we're going to see tiebreaker.
No, yeah, Skullj0ke is making this look so much easier than what it actually is. Oh, the big phrase drop though gives Haquin a little bit of leeway to come back, but still 40K.
Yeah, Skullj0ke is leaving the door open, but Haquin is not capitalizing. As alluded to in chat, this lead can flip very quickly because of how many chords are in this. But when Skullj0ke misses, Haquin has to take advantage, and we're just not seeing it.
Yeah, especially like a drop here under these triple chords that Haquin just doesn't have a 4x multiplier for. Just extends that lead ever so slightly. A couple of uncharacteristic misses, if I had to say so.
Yeah, I'd like to think, Elves, that this was probably not the song that Haquin wanted to see having to be picked by them. But I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things where Haquin could have felt very strong, but just did not understand Skullj0ke's game.
Yeah, just even after these activations, we see a true lead of 70K.
Yeah.
Shrinking a little bit, but it's going to take a lot.
I don't know if there's enough there, folks. I don't know. You don't want to say it's over, but I'm trying to think, just with how much song is left, is there enough? Is there a pathway for Haquin?
With that phrase drop, there's just not a lot of song left, not a lot of notes left.
I will say, if Haquin does come back, it'll be one of the most legendary comebacks of all time. I'd love to see it, but is it in the cards?
Oh, he did get the phrase. Haquin has an activation.
Hold? Hold?
It's not going to be enough.
Oh.
It's not going to be enough. Man.
Oh, that is really what Haquin needed, but there needed to be a little bit more earlier in the song. Nearly made the comeback. Just wasn't quite enough. We are going to see Skullj0ke moving on to the final day against, who? I believe Sanic. I believe Sanic is going to be their opponent.
And with that, those were the two highest scores of Stutter Step in match by a lot. That was the highest score before that match was 574,000. Both these players beat that by 18,000 and 34,000, 35,000. Like insane performances, but Skullj0ke came out on top. That's a very nice win for Skullj0ke, 5-3.
Yeah, insane performance from both players. At the end of the day, Skullj0ke was the better player today, but I believe if you ran this match 10 times over, we potentially could see different results. Both of them are very evenly matched, and we saw some close matches, some near comebacks multiple times, but it is Skullj0ke's day, and they are moving on to be in top 4 in Elite League.
Yeah, I mean, top 4 Elite League playoffs, that is a huge achievement for any player. We'll have to see what Skullj0ke can do against Sanic Studios in the final bracket And then if they beat Sonic Studios, then they have to go against Remix.
Yeah, Skullj0ke has their work cut out for them, but I believe any one of these players that are left could very well win this thing. We do have a player who is definitely favored by the community. I think many people have Jeff as the presumptive favorite, but all of these players have in themselves the tools and the skill set to potentially win Elite League. It just all depends on how things fall on any given day, and we'll just have to see how that is put to the test on the Grand Finals day.
Definitely. And I think we are both going to get an interview from xdhaqwen and Skullj0ke here. So we'll get to see how they're feeling after this match and how they're feeling for the future.
Hey, we here.
Welcome.
What's up?
Yo,
Amazing match from both of you. Skullj0ke, congratulations on the 5-3 win. How are you feeling after that?
Surprised. I was not feeling the best going into this during my warm up today. I was missing a bunch of stuff that I would normally hit. But I guess once the match started, I was able to just lock in and get the win.
Yeah, amazing job. And I do want to say, you guys both crushed the current high score on Stutter Step in match by a lot.
let's
So
go.
very impressive Stutter Step performances from both of you.
Yeah,
xdhaqwen,
we were just saying we both
yeah,
PB'd on that.
hmm
yeah,
Yeah,
that was crazy to watch. xdhaqwen, I know
yo,
you were on the back foot there. How are you feeling after that?
I'm feeling good. I mean, I knew that my best chance at winning TV was hybrid TV, so that's why I picked a Scrum song. Um, and that was my best chance, and I gave it my all, and that was a really good run by me. But Skullj0ke just had a better run, so it's all good.
No, definitely. You guys played incredible today. Skullj0ke, you had the O+1 on KKona solo medley and an FC of kickback 140 in match. Like, just incredible. And then xdhaqwen, you had a crazy score on Fallen Symphony and a crazy score on Spicy Fried Sick and another -5 on Allegro. Like, you guys both put up crazy, crazy scores today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brad, I'll turn it over to you now.
Yeah, Hank, when you kind of really answered the one of the questions I had was your picks leading up to a possible tiebreaker, which way you were kind of leaning, but you sort of
hmm
answered that. With the way that Skullj0ke was performing on some of those songs, do you think that increased your nerves a little bit going into the later leg of the match, or did you feel that you were still feeling pretty good, just needed to clutch up a little bit more? What was kind of running through your mind as the score was still staying fairly even all the way up until the 4-3?
I kind of think going into this was like I feel like I had more songs that I was confident at, but Skullj0ke's an overall more consistent player. So I felt like I needed to take one of the quote unquote 50-50 songs where we have similar in match scores, stuff like Ghost, stuff like KKona solo medley. Um,
Mhm.
but in the end, I Skullj0ke just played better on those songs, and I just played better on the stuff that I was confident at. So
That's fair
um,
enough. I know that it's never easy when you go up against an opponent that is so diverse in their skill set that it can be kind of hard to pick. And I know going into some of those 50-50s, we were just kind of like, huh, I guess we'll have to see how this plays out because we just really weren't so sure about the pick. But turning over here to the Skullj0ke, just incredible performances throughout the entirety of Elite League. And now you're in the top four. You're going up against Sonic with the possibility of going up against Remix and maybe even Jeff. What's going through your mind right now, knowing that you've made it to the final day with the opponents potentially ahead of you and directly ahead of you?
My number one thing is always consistency. Like xdhaqwen said, I do kind of prioritize that over like peak skill, I guess. So my plan going into future matches is going to be to really hammer on those SP phrases in songs, make sure I'm as consistent as possible um, on those, and honestly, I've taken a real liking to Fallen Symphony. I didn't like it at first. It was not my type of song, but I've really enjoyed playing that a lot. So it'd be cool to get like a 1300 on that song as well.
mhm.
Yeah, that would be absolutely incredible. Well, hey, best of luck to you. It is going to be an absolute gauntlet run for you. But as I had alluded to before, both of you got in here. Everybody who remains has the chops to potentially win this thing. So best of luck to you in your match and potential matches moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you have nothing else to add, I think that is going to do it. Thank you for being around. For everybody who watched this match, this was an awesome match to watch. You definitely want to stick around. Look out for the time of the final CSC stream for the year. You do not want to miss it. It's going to be Skullj0ke versus Sanic, and then the winner of that against Remix, and then the winner of that against Jeff. So you do not want to miss that. Stay tuned. We are going to have a gauntlet on our hands.
Yeah, it's the final match, final stream, not final match, but the final stream of the year. The amount of work and effort behind the scenes, I know, Obama giving Obama the medal. The amount of work that staff has put in to make this whole thing work has been just absolutely unreal. Tons and tons of volunteer hours have gone in to make sure that every leg of the way that we've been as consistent as possible and to make sure that we've been able to showcase as many matches as possible. And we really have it's a passion project for us. We really love and enjoy this scene and putting on these great matches for you all. So thank you to staff, thank you to the players, thank you for everybody for making this whole thing work. And though the final stream is, coming up here shortly for this year, we are already excited for next year. There's some stuff that we of course have to talk about as staff. There's a lot of staff decisions and off-season stuff that we got to take care of, but the future is looking really bright for CSC, and we can't wait to have you all come along for the journey.
Absolutely. And I think that's going to do it for us today. But thank you for hanging around, everybody. Thank you for watching this amazing match. I'm Elves. I'm joined by Brad today, and we will see you guys in our final stream.
Take care, everybody.